in Scripture, it's God's position to help those that are in need. If somebody is hungry, you give them food. If there's somebody that is thirsty, you give them something to drink. And, I've always been about wanting to help the poor, those that are hungry, those that are thirsty. But what happens when you encounter people who use that as a guise in order to get money for whatever, drugs, drinking, and such like that? And I just happened to talk to a guy out there, and he seemed nice, but he happened to show me a bottle of alcohol that he was drinking, and he was asking for, I guess money to get food. And I used to give money to people like that, but I had stopped because I know that it was feeding their habit. But so I thought of a way in which would show their intentions, their underlying motives. And that is, okay, if you're really hungry and thirsty, I will be more than glad to go to the local fast food place and, get you something to eat or drink. Well, if you know that it's their intention to get drugs or alcohol or something like that, that's going to be known. And they're going to be like, oh, no, that's fine. Then for a reason that, they want it for alcohol or drugs or whatever. And I've encountered a few people like that. I encountered one guy that actually didn't do that. He came up to the car, and I had my cousin in the car at the time. And he asked for food. And I see this guy around town all the time. And he asked, for the same thing. And so he come up to the car one time and he asked for something to eat. So I went to local Burger King and I got him something to eat and drink and gave it to him, and apparently he was thankful. But recently, when I had my son in the car, I came across another guy who was working near the salon where my wife works. Well, he wasn't working. He was, walking around there. Excuse me. He was walking around there, and he come to me and asked for some money to get, food, because he used a spiel that he was outside all day, and he's hungry and thirsty. And so, like I said, I made it a habit not to give anybody money, because who knows if they're going to use it for whatever reason. And so I offered to go to Burger King, get him something to eat and drink, in which I did. He agreed to that. But before he agreed to it, he said he was denying it, because apparently it took his plan of getting money to get what he wanted with the money. I don't know what it was, drugs or drinking or whatever it is. And so that completely took his plan away. And so he was agreeable to it in order more or less to end the conversation. The reason I say that he just wanted to end the conversation, was the fact when I went in to get him something to eat and drink, I came back and the place that we agreed on that he would wait for me, he wasn't there. So that showed me that, he didn't want something to eat and drink. He just wanted money for whatever. And so with the guy tonight, it was the same thing. He apologized about his bottle, and he asked for money and said he was hungry. So he was almost done with the bottle, so I assumed he just wanted money to get more alcohol. And so I said that I could go to the nearest restaurant, because he wanted money to go to the nearest restaurant to get something to eat. Well, I said, well, I can go to a restaurant because I got to pick up my son, and I can stop by that local restaurant, get you something to eat, and bring it back. And he was like, oh, no, that's fine. So You can capture their intentions just by offering. If somebody's asking for food and drink, just offer that you'll get it for them and see what they say. If they're really hungry and thirsty, then they will be agreeable. If not, then you know what their intentions are. So I just wanted to share that with you. Maybe you've already know how to deal with a lot of these scammers like that. But, let us not forget that there are true, genuine people out there that are truly in need and will, be agreeable with something to eat. So don't let it harden you. There are people out there that take advantage of others. And, that's just the way it is. So I'm going to end it here. Thanks for taking the time to watch.